actually going to be doing one other presentation. Yeah, just have to let me, if you don't mind, just put it right. Yes, correct.
Good morning, good afternoon, people of Oakwood and Venice. I'm so excited to be here for the second time representing our wonderful organization, Venice Community Housing, where we work to provide affordable housing to community members, to the low-income population, and we are here to represent here. Today, Juneteenth is something that's special to me. I actually grew up in Texas. I went to a wonderful university called Prairie View A&M University, which was actually the last, the grounds up Prairie View was the last plantation actually. It was called Playa Vista Plantation. It was the last plantation to free the slaves. Yeah? So this particular holiday that we now recognize is really, really special to me because I walked those grounds. Wow. I walked those grounds where the last folk that were oppressed, the last slaves that were oppressed and kept away from truths. I walked those grounds, and I hope that my time there, it was in honor of what it is that they've sacrificed for us. So today, I do want to make a connection and say that we still have a job to do to continue to free others in many, many, many different ways. And each of us has a responsibility to do so in whatever capacity it is that we are called to. And what Venice Community Housing is doing is we are looking to free individuals by way of providing resources that provide affordable housing. Rather you are low income, rather there are disabilities, what have you, we are looking to free individuals by providing that type of housing. So we are going to continue that effort. We are going to continue looking into ways that we can develop housing that is available to all, yeah? And we are going to continue to partner with local organizations and local folks that are looking into the same and or other opportunities, yeah? So I'm excited again, and I appreciate this time, and I thank you for everything that you and all of the organizers are doing. It is absolutely wonderful. We're going to continue to grow this thing until this whole block is full of folk, right? Y'all give yourselves a hand. All right, thank you so much.
Their offices are right over there on Rose Avenue. You can always contact Jonathan or any of the other Venice Community Housing folks. There's a table over here where you can collect other information and get involved.
Yeah.
Did y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Get involved. We need you to participate. Because, you know, when they come to get you, you're going to be calling for us to back you up. Y'all know that. When they were getting ready to move those picnic tables over there, who'd you call on? All right now. So moving along, Kendra, you good? You can speak from there.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kendra Moore. I am the president of Holiday Venice, which is known as Breezes Del Mar. We have 16 buildings spread throughout the Venice Oakwood community. The tenants of Breezes Del Mar that has been known as Holiday Venice since the early 1970s, when they were built in the Venice community known as the Oakwood area. The tenants and HUD along with the owner was in a dispute back in the early 2011 when HUD allowed the owner to prepay the mortgages before they matured in 2011. The tenants filed a lawsuit against the United States Department of Housing Urban Development, known as to which the Housing of Urban Development brought the owner, Gregory Perlman, into the lawsuit. We fought to buy the 246 units, which is 15 buildings spread throughout our community, which we weren't able to buy the 15 buildings due to it was a bad time for the owner to sell. sale, but a good time for the tenants to have bought the 15 buildings. We got together with the people from our Venice community and folks from our surrounding communities, and with power, we marched and rallied days and nights. We also marched with our officials. We marched to the beach. We went to Washington, D.C. to meet on these issues of these 15 buildings to remain affordable in Venice. We winded up settling out of court with a 20-year contract that the owner and HUD agreed to low-income affordable Section 8 housing remain in Venice for low-income families. So as we are now here in 2025, which leaves us with 5 years left. That 5 years is gonna come quick, y'all. That 5 years is going to come quick. It leaves us with the 5 years in our contract. So we are here today to speak to our community and our neighboring communities to stand with us as we fight for these last 5 years, as we sit at the table and come and meet and have conversations with the owner on what he plans to do for this community. When it comes to the 15 buildings that has 246 families, will they remain for low-income families at 30% of the family's income? There are only 2 ways that can happen, and that's we have to keep these units affordable. And the only way that it can happen is that we have to come together with our community and our surrounding communities. We want these 15 buildings and 246 units to remain affordable in our Venice communities. So we are asking our community, our neighboring communities, our businesses that has business in our community to stand with us today as we go to the table to sit down to negotiate another contract. And the only way these buildings are going to stay affordable, and that is if we sit and get a good contract forever, that these buildings remain affordable in Venice forever. That's one way. The second way that we can secure affordable housing in our community is we stand together as a community and tenants come together and we stand and we fight and ask the owner to sell the buildings to the community tenants so that these units can stay affordable forever. Those are the only ways it's going to happen, is if he give us a forever contract or if we buy the buildings and they will become affordable to the Venice community forever. So we asking our city council, we're asking our government, we're asking our neighbors, we're asking the business neighbors, we're asking our own residents that used to live in Venice that may not live in Venice anymore. This is still our home. And we need to secure 15 buildings so that we can remain coming to where we live, where we were born and raised and grew up, and instead of us having to meet once a year, we can meet more than once a year. We can see each other. We can start coming back. So we're working to just all be on one accord, because the most important thing is that we save housing, save what we already have, develop more that we need, because housing is a human's right, and no one should be sleeping on the streets. Rents are too high. It's either you're going to pay rent or you're going to eat, or you're not going to pay rent and you're not going to eat. You're just going to wait for the next day to figure things out, and that's not right. Everybody deserves a place to live at a decent price so that they can feed their families and live a life as a human being as they are on this earth. So we're asking everyone, when we start marching and knocking on doors and coming out, calling, we're asking, when we have meetings, please show up. We want to make this happen in our community. We want to save the housings that we have. Our rent control housings, we want to save those as well. And we want to see if we can bring more low-income housing to our community. And not even just low-income, but get the rents down to where people can live